Welcome to Identify, the news, views and insights vlog from within Identity. I am delighted today to be joined by Janet Dodd, our Director of Live Events, when we talk about probably what is the hottest topic within the events industry at the moment, the COVID vaccine. So Janet, I'm keen to dive straight into it. What's your opinion of the impact of the vaccine on event goers, or particularly into the organisers of an event?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. The latest update on a vaccine is obviously great news, not just for the events industry, but of course for humanity. It's early days, but we are very positive that a vaccine means we can return to some form of normality soon. And of course, events is very much part of that normality. Our research has shown that people are really keen to start attending events again, but in terms of timescale, I think the journey ahead is complicated and it really will depend on how quickly a vaccine can be rolled out. But I'm positive that by spring 2021, in-person events will start to return.
I think, Janet, what's quite interesting about that point as well is hopefully it will give a sense of this optimism around putting on an event. So, yeah, whether the vaccine's out in spring, do you agree that it will hopefully mean that event organisers will start thinking about planning seriously towards summer this time and not the risk of postponement that we saw in Q3 this year?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we know that kind of the sort of for an event, normally the sort of planning period, minimum planning period really is 3 to 4 months. So I think with the vaccine coming out and with some optimism that it might start to be rolled out as quickly before Christmas, then yeah, I think definitely that's what I'm really hoping for. It's we've had a lot about. Sorry, Michael.
No, sorry to interrupt. I'm really interested to understand about how you think they're going to police this moving forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as we know, the key challenge for us is that our audiences must feel safe attending an event, and if they don't feel safe, they won't attend. So I think there will be a couple of things that will be put in place that we'll be considering. So things, for example, like an immunity passport. There's been a lot of discussion in the media about how a passport could work, and of course, there's a risk of forgery. But if they do work, I think they will provide some reassurance for people attending an event. However, I think for them to be really effective, there has to be the same standard applied across the globe for everybody. And then, of course, there's rapid testing. And we've seen recently how the tests that are being taking place at airports, how they are now within an hour. And that's a great improvement from what we've had previously. And with new technology, I'm hoping that those could be reduced to a couple of minutes. So I think moving forward, looking at the future of events, I think it's likely to be a combination of maybe a passport and rapid testing as well.
It's
And
because I share your same optimism. So I really think that an immunity style passport is good, and you carry, hopefully it'll be on your smartphone, which will help to reduce the kind of fraudulent activities around it. But I believe as well that the rapid testing is going to be the thing that's going to open up the events industry very quickly. We just need to think about the logistics of how you hold people and how we manage that flow going into events. I want to kind of draw this to an end. Is there anything else that you want to add around this subject?
I think it's also, we mustn't forget, of course, track and trace. And that can also be used as at events. But I think for events, really, what we don't want to do is we don't really want to track people who have the virus. We want to deliver events which are virus free. So I'm confident that in-person live events will return soon. Our industry is really innovative, flexible, and pioneering, filled with amazing people who will do whatever it takes to make events safe for our audiences. So, in relation to in-person events, and to paraphrase Arnie, we'll be back.
It's great. It's great to hear that, Janet. Thank you so much for your time. And I also share your optimism. I think it's shown that people want to come back. And I think the really important thing is to allow the event professionals to put in place the safeguards for delivering a COVID-free environment. Anyway, that's Identify. That's the news and views within the event industry. If you want to put a comment in the box below, please do, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.